has grown the most in this year, would you say?
I'd say this guy. I mean,
would you say JC?
I would say JC.
Why?
Well, I mean, call him the host or not call him the host. He's kind of taken the reins as the pseudo leader, and nobody wants to come behind Kid Kraddick and try and be a Kid Kraddick, but somebody has to drive, and I don't want to drive. I can't drive.
Professionally and emotionally, I would say JC, just in what I can tell, because he's matured a lot. I think that has a lot to do with his family situation. When I first moved here, we were living in the same apartment complex in uptown Dallas, going to the pool on the weekend, going to bars and out to eat, and he was one of my first really good friends here, and his wife now, Kinsey. And now to think how much his life has changed since that, mine hasn't much, I just live in a different apartment. And he has, 2 kids, a home, a yard.
Got a yard.
A wife.
Yeah, bragger.
He has a lot of responsibility, and physically at work he has a lot of responsibility running the board and pushing the buttons when we used to sit next to each other. So I think he was almost forced to grow up. You've had a lot of situations you've been pretty forced to grow up.
Yeah.
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 Well, thank you.
But JC, you're running the board. I mean, do you feel like you are sort of at the helm of the ship now?
Am I at the helm just because I'm pushing buttons? Maybe. But I feel like it's more, I don't know if there's a host, it's more all of us running the show, because like Al said, you don't want to come after Kid Kraddick. You don't want the pressure of that.
On him. Don't make him say that.
But I feel like we're all doing different things. We're all having to create content that, we were not liable for in the past because Kid was so adamant about bringing his own content in. And even if we did bring something, he's like, oh, I got this, I got mine.
Everyone has a role.
You said something very moving to me about meeting this challenge when it hit.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you can lie down and let it beat you, or you can do what Kid would do. What would Kid have done had this situation befallen him? How would he have greeted this? It's nothing short of a calamity. How would
written a Broadway musical based on whoever died? He'd turn it into art.
Well, if I had died, he would just hire another black guy.
No.
I mean, he said that before. I don't think I said ugly,
I think he would have taken a week off. I do think he would have taken some time off just out of respect. But he always used to reference Saturday Night Live and how they handle things when bad things happen. Maybe when it's personal. Mm-hmm. Who knows? I don't think you ever know how you're gonna really react. But amongst everything else, he was an emotional person, but he was also very professional. And I think he would have taken the time off out of respect and to grieve. And he would have still been grieving, but after a certain time, he would have cut it off, to grieve privately, and he would have come back and been funny, and that's what we talked about. SNL does a great job of that in the face of huge tragedy, and they'll take some time off, and then they will come back and honor it, and then they'll go back to being funny. Because that's the only people don't want to listen to us cry all the time, and they might feel our pain and know it, but they want to turn on that radio in the morning and hear Kelly, talk about her, hilarious issues and how she ate an entire bag of potato chips, but she's standing there as she's doing squats,
Right.
They want to hear that, and that's relatable.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, even when other people are going through sad stuff in their lives, or bad, whatever, they sometimes turn to us, and we appreciate that, and they want to laugh. Mm-hmm. So, that's what we hopefully can do and provide for them.
It's one of those moments, too, where you don't know, are we allowed to be funny? Are people gonna, I felt weird trying to be funny when this, because it's a weird situation you're in, because I know Kid would want it to be funny.
Yeah.
He would want people to keep laughing.
Let's just say there were lots of too soons in the room.